Be sure to click that little bell so you can never miss a video from the roundtable. Theories, reviews, news, updates, all straight to your device. Hashtag Notification Squad. Welcome back to Crystal Clear on the Roundtable. I'm your host, Oshrik Vots. One of the most startling revelations in Steven Universe is that Rose Quartz, leader of the Crystal Gems and mother to Steven, shattered Pink Diamond of the Great Diamond Authority. Leading up to that revelation, Steven's perception on Rose was slowly being altered. It transitioned from one of his mother being a saint, someone who's always caring and values all life, to one of questionable decisions and deception. After learning of Pink Diamond's death at the hand of his mother, Steven began to view her as a liar, unclear of her true intentions, and his complicated feelings for her skyrocketed. This ultimately set him onto the path he is now, on the way to Homeworld under the moniker of his mother to face the Diamonds for her crimes. This meeting with the Diamonds, especially Blue Diamond, will likely lead to a stroll down memory lane for the intergalactic tyrants, and we may finally see a flashback of Pink Diamond. For those skeptical on us getting both White Diamond and Pink Diamond in a set of episodes, rightfully so, keep in mind we did get Blue Diamond in a flashback, followed by Yellow Diamond physically appearing nearly back to back at the very end of Season 2. As Steven is atoning for Rose's crimes, more specifically, shattering Pink Diamond, it only makes sense we get a flashback of how she did it. But how did she do it? Peridot describes diamonds as gems without flaws or weakness. Perfect. So for one to be shattered, not only removes validity from this claim, but makes one wonder how that's remotely possible. Well, today I will provide a hypothesis on how such an anomaly can occur. I've crafted a number of theories throughout the past year, and two of them will factor into this. I've explored the possibilities of diamonds only being able to shatter instead of poofing, something I'm more skeptical on now, as although their physical forms are likely the most durable out of gem kind, a powerful attack with substantial damage could cause their form to retreat back into their gemstone. I've also speculated on the powers of the diamonds, something I plan on revising soon, as it's become a popular topic with Yellow Diamond demonstrating what appears to be an elemental ability in the Wanted promo. The idea of these powers will play a very important role into how Pink Diamond was shattered by Rose Quartz. Something that I also want to note that I discussed before is that in the real world, only a diamond can cut another diamond. Applying that logic into the show, either another diamond or something equally as powerful as a diamond should be able to cause a shattering of one. I alluded towards a fusion on the level of Chalcedony being equal to a diamond's power, but that was almost a year ago, and I retract that statement with the information we have now. Many people have speculated Chalcedony and her hypothetical sword weapon is what's responsible for Pink Diamond's demise. Some even think Rainbow Quartz was the perpetrator, but whoever did had to have at least the appearance of Rose Quartz, as all witnesses identify only Rose as the one accountable. If any fusions were involved in Pink Diamond's demise, all the Homeworld gems wouldn't take Pearl and Garnet so lightly, but they indeed treat them as nothing more than a joke without their leader. Jasper, the Rubies, Aquamarine, and Topaz, nobody regarded them as nothing more than lackeys. Even the diamonds are aware of their presence on Earth, and don't even see them as a footnote in their book. If any of the Crystal Gems assisted in delivering the finishing blow on Pink, they'd be met with more anger and hostility, with bounties on their heads. Eyeball also notes that Rose's sword is a defining trait to her, not her shield or gemstone. Eyeball was present when Pink Diamond was shattered, so I don't take that comment as something of unimportance. But Business stated that the sword was designed to destroy the physical form, but never the gemstone. So at most, Rose could have poofed Pink Diamond and then shattered her before she could reform, right? Well, that's likely, but seems too easy for a show like Steven Universe. After the Wanted promo, I've been bombarded with people pointing towards the episode Lion 2, the movie. The climax of the episode is Steven facing off with a robot shooty thingy, a mechanism located in Rose's armory that shoots 3 elemental abilities: fire, ice, and electricity. Yellow Diamond is seen emitting an electric type ability, so people have returned to this episode and the antagonist with the idea that Rose had this device made to train against combating the diamonds, and frankly, I agree. I want to elaborate, as I said I'm revising the power of the diamonds, but I did speculate Yellow had electric-like abilities causing gem destabilization, which was the inspiration for the weapon, and Blue would logically have ice, as her quirk possesses water and ice-based powers, 2 abilities this Tiki robot has. Now, fire could either be white or pink, but if it had to be one of them, I'd akin it more to white, as if we're going off Rose's abilities and the fact she's under Pink's court, they share the earthly abilities Rose and Steven demonstrated throughout the series. Steven and Connie defeated the robot shooty thingy by deflecting its attacks with Rose's sword and ultimately launches one back at it, causing it to detonate. If Rose created this to spar and prepare for combat against the diamonds, which the evidence strongly indicates, then the likely conclusion is that this is how she managed to shatter Pink Diamond, in a way that would be quick yet horrifying to all the witnesses. Rose and Pink Diamond have a grand standoff at Arpalakeen in Korea that many gems, including Blue Diamond, bear witness to. In a decisive moment, Pink Diamond fires an elemental projectile towards Rose, who with her sword, overpowers it and swings it back at Pink Diamond, impacting smack dab at the gemstone. As this attack came from a diamond, it's their own raw power, something equal that would cause it to shatter. The next thing anyone knows, Pink Diamond is no more after shards scatter everywhere from the explosion. Eyeball then associates Rose's sword with Pink Diamond's death. Blue Diamond and Pearl are left shaken at one of the most horrifying encounters of the entire war, and Rose from that moment on is labeled as the most dangerous and wanted gem in existence. Steven Universe loves getting a head start on foreshadowing, as many content creators including myself have pointed out, so I can definitely see them foreshadowing how a diamond could be shattered that early on in the series. But as always, these are just my thoughts and I'd love to hear yours, so please in the comments below, how do you think Rose shattered Pink Diamond? Do you agree that she used her sword to deflect an attack back at Pink Diamond, causing Pink Diamond to shatter, or do you believe it was something else? Let's get a discussion going. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling generous, support us on Patreon. $1 can go a long way. We're trying to get an office space, and if you select our diamond tier, you can even get your channel shouted out. And if you want to rep the roundtable, swing by our store on Teespring to pick up a crystal clear tier hoodie. Links to everything in the description. OshrickVox, signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, Voxbox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meeting Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.